and cozy in here. So much stuff. Okay, so right when you walk in, there's the box here. There's some plants. There's some trash bags. And then you really get into the good stuff here. Just boxes and bags and vacuums and Oakley's crate. And it is just a total mess. And I'm gonna walk you through here and oops, knocked something over. And more plants. And then all my clothes and bedding and pillows and towels and all sorts of stuff that is just a total mess. That I'm gonna have to figure out where this stuff is gonna go. Let's do it. Another thing that I got for the trailer is I got these little lamps. I got 2 of them, and it's nice because they are battery operated and I can charge it with a USB cord if I want, so I don't want to use too much electricity and blow a fuse. So I have this little lamp. This is on the lower setting. I also have a remote that I can turn it to like more of a white light or this yellow light, and I just need to find the remote and all of this and make it a little bit brighter. So that's gonna be right there. And then I also have a little heater back here that's at my old house to make it warmer in here because it's a little cold at the moment. And I'm trying to focus on this little cute warm light and my little fireplace that's making it nice and cozy in here. And I think that's helping me be motivated. So I think my plan is that I'm gonna start with the bigger items, finding their spot first and get them put away. I find that for me, it's a lot easier to stay motivated when I can instantly see like the big things that make the biggest difference. So if I can take away like my dog crate or, you know, the biggest box, then I can instantly see like, oh wow, it already looks so much better and it's so much easier for me to stay motivated. So I'm starting with that, and then I'm also scanning the room for things that I'm not going to use as often. Like an example is my sewing machine right here. I am not going to need that every day, and so that's something that can go at like the back of a cabinet, like underneath this bench there's a cabinet, and I'll probably put that at the very back side just because I won't really need it very often. So I'm gonna start with those things and see where it takes me. It doesn't fit! Okay, new plan. I'm going in. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Wow. Okay, that was a bad idea. Bad idea. Everything's falling out. Oh. Okay. New plan. We're putting it somewhere else. Good morning. Okay, so night 1 in the trailer down. It went really good. I had a heating blanket, and so it was nice and warm and toasty. But getting out of bed, it's a little cold. So, gonna have to figure that out. Also, I woke up to this disaster today. Oh my gosh! It's a mess. It's a big mess. And then you know what's funny? The mess keeps going all the way over here. And also, I was going to get ready and, I don't know, start the day with doing my hair and makeup a little bit, but the makeup bag, nowhere to be found. I have looked and it is just disappeared currently. So we are going with the natural look. You're welcome. I did all my bedroom stuff last night. I'll show you. I put most of my clothes away. See, bed is clear. Put most of my clothes away, so all of these cabinets up here are filled up, and then these cabinets over here are filled up, and I started to fill underneath the bed, but I still have some space. So I have cabinet space. I just need to start figuring out where the crap I want all this stuff to go. I'm having a hard time figuring out where to start. So close.
Faith, and we lack assurance, which results in no results. See, we have an enemy that wants to steal, kill, and destroy us. And he in no way wants us accessing our inheritance.
So I'm headed to get another load, and I'm just having a hard time not feeling a little anxious and a little overwhelmed, and I was praying about like why I've been feeling that way today. And it's interesting too, like as these like practical things like moving, as that's happening, I feel like also the deeper stuff that is in my heart is coming to the surface, like this feeling of like heartbreaks that I've had before, or like pain that I've felt in the past. I feel like all of that is coming up for some reason, and I think a lot of times like physical things do represent something emotionally deeper, and something that's been really hard for me to think about is like moving forward. Like the whole reason why I'm moving, I guess, to save money and to learn, and this is an answer to prayer and such a blessing, and it is exactly what I need right now in my life. It's exactly an answer to prayer. But I think sometimes it's hard when the next right step and the answer to prayer feels like a step back. And I think a lot of times in order to step forward, the first right step is humbling. And it doesn't feel like glamorous. It doesn't feel like something that's measurable to the rest of the world. And it is humbling, but I just feel like I'm trying to welcome that feeling of being humbled and not be defined by outward success or what other people would measure as success. I really want to be living in my true identity in what Christ has given me, and right now that just feels humbling, and it feels really messy, and it doesn't feel like a clear timeline or something that I can control, and letting go of that control is hard. And to me, home is so, like, I feel safe at home, and not having that like security blanket of a clean and organized and tidy home that feels like mine and my own space is hard. It's really difficult right now, and I've been listening to worship songs and praising God, and just like really taking in that like He is my security blanket. He is my home. He is my comfort. And I think like the more that I get to know who He is, it makes me understand that verse that talks about Him saying like, the birds have a home, but I don't have a home. Like, the more that we become like Jesus, we understand that feeling of, I'm not going to have a place to land, and I'm never going to fit into this world, and I'm never going to be understood by this world, and I need to let go of that feeling of needing a controllable environment and a controllable home. And I've just been trying to let that go. And it's involved a lot of tears. But I'm after wholeness, not like success or accolades, or like, I want to be whole in Christ, and I want to be defined by God, and I know that this is the next right step for that. I'm in the trailer, and I'm here with a better attitude. It was interesting, like, as I was sitting in my car and essentially crying and praying, it was so amazing how just as I was praying, I feel like God just kept reminding me how much of a blessing this is and how much of an answer to prayer this is. Like, I prayed for a way to be able to save more money and get closer to my goals, and this is such an answer to prayer. This is such a blessing and a privilege to be able to have a place where I don't have to sign up for a new lease and pay first and last, and 6 months of rent and move twice. Like, it's such a blessing, and I just know that, like, big things are happening in this little trailer that I'm in right now, and I'm just going to slowly but surely just start putting things away, and there's no mess that is too messy, so I'm gonna have to find a spot for everything and go from there. I'm done! Oh, I feel so relieved. I'm so tired. But I just feel so at home in this place already. Having everything put away and having a home and having it be cleaned up and organized, it definitely makes me feel so much more at peace, and I just feel like this place is just such a blessing. This is where I'm supposed to be right now, and I get to have a warm place to stay, and I still get to cook and do everything that I really need to do, but I just get to have a little space for this season, and it already just feels so cozy. A couple things that I thought was going to be really helpful, and they did end up being really helpful, is I pretty much have like no decorations in here. Just because I don't have a lot of space, I really tried to have the most minimal amount of items as possible. I took the one truckload to storage, and then everything else is just stuff that I use pretty much daily, if not weekly. And so I just put any sort of decoration or shelves or anything extra, and I put that into storage. So basically the only thing decorative that I have is functional as well. So, like, I guess besides my plants, I have my plants, and you'll see they're still recovering from the move. They are still getting some life in them. So, and then everything else, like these lamps that are the battery operated ones, really cute and decorative, makes it feel really warm and cozy in here, but it's also functional and practical. And then, like, I have this hot water heater right here that is also kind of serving as like decoration, but is also practical. I'm going to use it for making my coffee in the morning and really anytime I need hot water. So it's cute and it's beautiful, but it's also really practical and is useful, and it's something that I'm going to use every day. And then things like blankets and pillows, those are really practical, but out in this main space I really only have like 2 pillows just to keep it really clear and open. I know myself, and if a place is really cluttered and smushed, I'm gonna be overwhelmed, and so I don't want to do that to myself. I really want to enjoy being here, and I want to enjoy being in this space. And I think the key to being in a smaller space is to have it organized and have a small amount of stuff as well, just having the essentials. So I am going to take a shower and put my pajamas on and put my feet up because I'm a little sleepy. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.